I am going to speak without using any utterances such as I'm going to try to speak for 10 minutes without using In order to do this, I am going to take long pauses instead of using the utterance. In addition to this, every time I want to use the utterance, I'm going to jam my index finger into the flesh right above my thumbnail. I just did it, and it was excruciatingly painful. But I did not use the utterance. Over time, I am hoping to speed up the cadence of my speaking voice as I become less inclined to use the utterance. And I hope that I develop a very robust callus on my thumb so that I am not in excruciating pain. This will be a challenge. I can speak without using the utterance, but the speed at which I speak is uncomfortably slow. And I'm not sure how I will be able to speed myself up without using the utterance. And I am additionally distracted by the excruciating pain that I'm putting myself under. In this way, it is like I am a marathon runner who's training in a higher altitude. Not only have I eliminated the utterance, but I will eliminate the distraction of digging my nails into my thumb. Once I stop digging my nails into my thumb, it will be much easier to concentrate on what I'm saying instead of concentrating than the amount of pain that I am constantly in. It is not as hard as I thought to remove all utterances from my speaking voice. But it is still hard to speak at a human sounding speed. For some reason, my mind seems to work much slower than the minds of other people. I do not know why this is, but I suspect it is because I am a schizophrenic, or a schizotypal, or I have Parkinson's disease. I do not know which it is. Or I was about to say something very offensive, but I stopped myself from it. Perhaps this is the reason why I take so long to say what I'm about to say. Because all I want to do is say deeply offensive things all the time. But I don't actually want to offend anyone. Perhaps I have a very subtle case of Tourette's. Or perhaps I'm just kind of an asshole. I do not think about it all that much. But I do hate the fact that I have an irritating stutter and say the word way more often than I should. I, however, am not alone. On the news, and also just in the general public, I have noticed that people stutter way more than they used to. And they also use the utterance, which I'm not trying to, which I'm trying not to say. I suspect that the reason for this is the same reason why I stutter and I use the utterance. It's because most people, especially people on television, want to say deeply offensive things all the time. But instead, they don't because they don't want to offend anyone. Though I believe that saying deeply offensive things would improve television exponentially, I think perhaps because people are so easily offended, that I will have to make a self-help seminar in which I teach people how to remove from their vocabulary and instead jam their index finger into the flesh above their thumbnail. Perhaps this technique will universally eliminate all hesitant language. And perhaps over time, others will become more clear in thought and language and vocabulary. I do not know why it bothers me so much when people use the word and I do not know why it bothers me even more that I use the word But I am greatly relieved that the phenomenon can be eliminated if you talk as if you are a retarded robot and you jam your nail into the flesh above your thumbnail. Thanks for listening. I'll be back shortly.